Dear students, now we'll be dealing how the process of respiration it takes place in animals. First of all, we will be dealing with the simple unicellular animals. So animals like amoeba, they are unicellular. They have a single cell. Let it be for excretion, for nutrition, for respiration, any process. So what happens? Amoeba it lives in water, and water it has oxygen present in it. So what happens? This oxygen it simply diffuses into the cell, and whatever the process of respiration, as a result carbon dioxide is produced, it is expelled from the cell. Since the surface area of amoeba or the cell size of amoeba is very small, so the process of diffusion is sufficient to carry out the respiration in amoeba. But in multicellular animals like insects, earthworms, fishes, human beings, the process of diffusion alone cannot carry out the process of respiration. Why? Because the human body or the multicellular body is so big enough that it will take about 3 years by the process of diffusion to reach an atom of oxygen to reach from the lungs to the toes. So the process of diffusion is incapable to provide oxygen to the human body. Since the energy requirements is large, so the diffusion process, which is useful in unicellular organisms, provides a failure in multicellular organisms. So how do the process of respiration is actually carried out? In earthworms, the skin of the earthworm is very soft and moist. So the exchange of gases in earthworms, it takes place through the moist skin. In insects, cockroaches, special structures called as spiracles or holes are present through which the exchange of gases takes place. Fishes. Fish is an aquatic animal, but it does not have lungs for the process of respiration. It has special structures called as gills, which provide the purpose of respiration. But these gills are insufficient to take in oxygen or to utilize the oxygen which is present in the air. So the fishes die when taken out of water. Why? Because these gills, these are incapable of utilizing the energy from the air. These gills can only utilize the oxygen which is present in water. So now we'll be dealing what are the organs involved in the respiration process of a human being. How the process of respiration is actually carried out. So the first and the foremost, what happens? We breathe in, we take the oxygen in. How? Through these nostrils, two holes which are present in the nose. Two holes which are present in the nose. These holes, these are called as nostrils. Now this oxygen, it enters through our nostrils. In a nose, the hairs and the mucus are present. What does this hair and mucus do? These hairs and these mucus, it traps the dust particles and allows only the pure air to go into the lungs. So now, as soon as we take in breathe, what happens? The air enters into our nasal passage, through our nostrils, it enters into the passage, and this passage is called as nasal passage. Now this nasal passage also called as pharynx. Now from here, through this nasal passage, this oxygen or the gas, it enters into the windpipe, which is also known as the trachea. Above the trachea is also a small structure, a bony structure, a box, which is called as the larynx, which is also called as the voice box, with the help by which we can speak. This trachea or windpipe, it is surrounded by small circular muscles. So small muscles are present. So it does not closes or collapse due to the presence of these soft muscles. Now what happens? This trachea now divides into two, which are called as two bronchus. These structures are called as bronchus, two branches. One of the branch it enters into the left lung, and the other branch it enters into the right lung. Now this bronchus is further divided into smaller branches which are called as bronchioles. The further division takes place, which are called as the bronchioles. And at the end of these bronchioles, certain small air sacs are present, very thin walled air sacs are present. And these thin walled air sacs at the end of this, these are called as alveoli. Air sacs. These alveoli are the main sites in the lungs where the exchange of gases actually takes place. Now these alveoli present in the lungs. We have two lungs, one on the left side and one on the right side. These lungs, they are covered by a membrane called as the pleura membrane, which protects the lungs. Also, these lungs, these are enclosed in the rib cage, so that any destruction to the lungs can be prevented. Below these lungs are actually present in a cavity. This is called a cavity. This is the whole cavity, and this is called as the chest cavity, and this is called as the chest cavity. This chest cavity has a muscular structure attached to its base, and this muscular structure is called as the diaphragm, which separates this chest cavity from the downward abdominal cavity. So these two cavities, the first is the chest cavity and the abdominal cavity. It is separated with the help of this muscular structure called as the diaphragm. Now what happens? When the air through the nostrils, it enters into the nasal patches, and through the pharynx it enters into the trachea. Then it enters into the bronchus. These bronchus further divides into bronchioles. The two, and these bronchioles, they further divide into small air sacs which are called as alveoli, which acts as the main site for the exchange of gases. These alveoli are very thin walled, so that the exchange or the diffusion of gases takes place very easily. Also, these alveoli are provided with blood capillaries, so that the diffusion of gases may exchange very easily. Now, in this respiration, before this respiration process, two most important processes takes place. The first is the breathing in. So the process of taking in oxygen or the breathing in, it is called as inhaling. And the process of breathing out, and this process is called as exhaling. So this inhaling and exhaling process have a major role to play on the exchange of gases. What happens? When the oxygen enters inside the lungs, there are certain muscles between the ribs, and these are called as intercostal muscles. Now when we breathe in, what happens? These intercostal muscles will contract, and due to their contraction, these ribs will move up, and the diaphragm, it will become flat, and the surface area will increase, and the chest cavity will expand. So what will happen? The internal pressure, it will become less than the external pressure. So we know that the gases move from higher pressure to lower pressure. So the exchange of gases will take place. Similarly, when we breathe out, what happens? These, again, what will happen? This chest cavity will move down again, and this diaphragm, it will again become curved, which will reduce the space in the chest cavity, which means the pressure will be high now. So the diffusion of carbon dioxide will take place to the outside. So this were the two processes, and how the process of respiration takes place inside in the human body. Thank you.